Boom. Afternoon, monkeys. Come and join me. Where is it? Hey, up, Clint. Any better? The Tweety birds, get them shot out at trees, huh? Glad it's working. What are you up to, Clint? Where's my... Why can't I post in comments? Hi, Andrew. How you doing? All right? How are you doing? Why can't I... post comment. There we go. There we are. Link there if anybody wants to jump on. There's 9 people in the room. Anybody's welcome to go up, Jamie. Big up the JLM. Link's just above you there if you want to join in. I'm only on for half an hour or so, just to kill in a little bit of time before I pick grandson number 2 up. All right, Jamie, no worries. Hi, Zeus Scott. Anybody's welcome to join us. No penalties here. Where's my cup of tea? So come on, I've got half an hour. If anybody wants to jump on for a natter. Got my pot of tea. Talk about what you want. Hey up, Nathan. You at work? It is Yorkshire tea, Clint. Of course it's Yorkshire tea. You at work, Nathan? I hope NI access. Is that Northern Ireland access? We love you too, Nathan. Like fucking herpes. Do you know Clint, Nathan and Jamie? Dunny's Cafe, which is that? The one at bottom of Rawlins Street? Bob Surge. Oh, were you a bit hungover on that rhubarb and custard, Nathan? Crinkle, crinkle. Stripy mince. Anybody want one? God, I'm getting used to this. Starting to get used to it. I won't let me post a comment. There we go. Right, link. Somebody jump on. Like I'm talking to my son. Oh, Raja. He's all right. It's Clint. He's a good lad. He's from down south, though, so, you know, not a northern monkey, but he's a good lad. Thought I'd modded you two up anyway, Nathan. Can't do it on Streamlabs, can you? Somebody going to jump on, then, or what? Andy's back. Captain Fatfinger strikes again. Who have we got waiting to come in? Andrew.
Can you see us?
You're in.
Yeah, there you go. How are we? Are we well?
No. You all right?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Yeah, screen went black, Nathan, because I pressed the wrong button. You're a technophobe.
I love your stuff. I love your content.
Thank you. I need to put more effort into it.
I don't know. I think you're quite right to be selective. That way you keep it good, you know.
Well, yeah. It's for and against, isn't it? It depends what you want to do. I started doing a bit of auditing and stuff like that, but it were getting out and finding somewhere that somebody hadn't done.
I mean, I got pals in the pals I used to play rugby with in the police, and they're ahead of the game, and they know what's going on because they're all having a tough time, aren't they, at the moment? And but they're saying that a lot of the stuff that you're picking up on quicker than most their own press. So I don't know how you're doing that.
It's all on Google. All comes off Google.
I know, but I don't think they're socially savvy, are they?
Probably not. No. No, probably not.
If we get content that we want to suggest to you, so that you can then edit it, do what you like, approve it, disprove it, whatever you want to do. How do we do that?
Just drop it in the comments. Just drop it in comments. As a notification. So.
Yeah, so that's what I've done before, and that seems to work. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave it like that. Yeah.
Yes, no worries. Cheers. It's there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and just type in sacked South Yorkshire Police or something like that, and there's reams of them, absolutely reams.
Yeah, I'm intrigued because I've got a lot of pals in Wakefield, and they didn't know half the stuff that you were putting on.
Right. Yeah.
But they hadn't looked it up, and that's where it works, doesn't it? You can be the conduit then.
Oh, aye, too right. You see, it's a tough one. I can't bloody say what I'm thinking today. Hard of thinking. At the end of the day, all I'm doing is putting out what's already there.
True, yeah, true. A lot of people aren't putting it on. They're only seeing it in the news, aren't they?
But that's the problem in mainstream media, isn't it? They don't report out.
Yeah.
They report you what you want to hear.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah, I think you're right there.
So what's your username then? Your YouTube name?
I'm just Andrew Clark.
Andrew Clark. I think you've commented a few times, haven't you?
Yeah,
I recognise you.
Spot on. You just spot on every time. But I miss working up there, you see, because you're just straight to it. Whereas working back in East Anglia, a lot of people are scared stiff, over the press.
A bit more rural as well, isn't it?
Of course.
There's no as straightforward as a Yorkshireman.
I'm into that.
End of the day, a spade's a spade unless I want it to be a fucking shovel, isn't it?
I was asked to that to a race meeting the other day in York, and I missed out on it. And
all right, yeah.
I remember going to a show, but my mate went there, and he said, "You wouldn't believe the money that's still about. It's incredible, absolutely incredible."
Oh, gambling, horse racing, yeah. Pots of money.
It's not my cup of tea now, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't. I've never gambled in my life.
No.
I want now to put a bet on. Literally, want now to put one on.
I used to bet on the first race and the last race so that I didn't lose in between.
Yeah, it's just something that's never interested me. I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of money playing cards and horse racing and fruit machines, eating bookies. Seen people put the wages in and stuff. And, seen the results of them putting the wages in. But
that's the very.
Sorry,
that's the very person that's then become marginalised and become a criminal. That's the trouble. I've seen it, and you've seen it. It's very sad. It's very sad indeed. I mean, it's okay when I've entertained customers with it, but not when people take it too far, for sure. I'm intrigued. Intrigued about your auditing. That's quite bold. Security people are getting a lot more understanding, are they not?
Some are. Most of them aren't.
I think they're beginning to realise that the camera's here to stay.
Some of the police are. They've had various memos about it, and some of the police are, but most of the private sector hasn't. I mean, I went round on a COVID test site a couple of weeks back. Just had a walk around, spoke to two of them. Absolutely brilliant. really civil. I was walking back round, said, afternoon to another one, innit? Well, what you filming for? What you doing? What you doing? Can't film me. And
Right.
he just put camera down and we'll see about it, huh? Get a grip. Get a grip.
If
And
it's
yeah, I know it does. I know people see it and they think it's intimidating. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You're trying to intimidate them, but I don't do it like that. I always be civil, just walk around with camera. I mean, that's why a lot of them I do that I've put up, I've had no results, you know, as you would other people like Chris that live free and Reggie photos and, well, no, Reggie ain't. Reggie's pretty passive, but a lot of them are quite intimidatory and brash straight away, and they seem to get a reaction, but I didn't want to do it like that.
no, frankly, sir, because you've lived it, you know, you cut through the dross really. What I'm intrigued about is a bit more when I watch the American stuff is totally different to us in the UK.
Oh yeah, different laws.
Yeah, if you've got a bit of police and a bit of industrial, that's fair enough. But what I'm intrigued about is what's happening now is that they're getting savvy to the auditors, and if we're not too careful, they're going to sort of distance. You know, they're just going to keep their distance more so that they're not filmed. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of
yeah, I see where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, there's that many that just can't resist, isn't there? I mean, let's face it, a lot of police officers have big egos.
True, very true.
And a lot of them have a chip on the shoulder that's absolutely huge. And that's not what it's about. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have at the end of the day. There should be no egos come into it. Should be no, you will do as I say, not as I do.
True.
Should be none of that.
Yeah.
And that's why I like just to push that bit of boundary, just to raise the awareness of public photography. There's so many people don't know about it, and if everybody knew, it wouldn't be a thing. It wouldn't even be needed.
Yeah, that's granted. Yeah, because otherwise they border on the tyranny, don't they?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Are you sticking? You must forgive me here, but I enjoy it. But as Yorkshire Monkey, are you sticking to a particular geography now then, or are you going to broaden? Or
no. I mean, I've just not. I've a lot of things going on in my life, so I don't always have time to do it. I mean, all I've done is pretty local, so I've Skipton, Ilkley, Otley, Keighley. When I went over to Keighley, I did Keighley, but I haven't been getting the reactions. So that's not what people want to watch. They want to see a big conflict and a big reaction. And like I said, I'm not into them. So I've just not put as much effort into going out and doing that side of things. I mean, I've had offers from various people to go out with them, but I've just not had a chance to get it done. I do a lot of skill runs for grandson and stuff, so it's fitting it in. Quite often it's at short notice. So,
but your numbers have gone up, haven't they? Okay, they might have plateaued for now.
Yeah, got the subscriptions, but the actual viewing figures have plummeted for some reason. I don't know if they've ghosted my account just to make it, because it's not particularly desirable footage and advertiser friendly. I mean, I think I've about 160 videos up, and most of them aren't monetized. 99% of them, they won't monetize them. So I just stop bothering with that. I'm not doing it for money. I'm just doing it for something to do. I've had a long recovery from a bad accident 12 years ago, and it's just something else I've done.
I'm sorry you had that. Well done, that man. Well done.
Well, it's been a long, hard recovery. I broke my neck and my hip, and then I ended up addicted to fentanyl patches, and it took me sort of like 8 or 9 months to come off them. I mean, I did it. I'm absolutely racked with pain now, but I'd rather have that than be a fucking zombie.
True. That's I guess that's the dilemma. Partner's the same. If you have too much medication, you just, as you say, become a zombie. Whereas...
Opioids are horrendous. And whether they're strong opioids or weak opioids. I mean, I started off on DF118s and tramadol together, which were bad enough, and then bottom at rung as far as opioids go. You become tolerant to them so quick, and that's the problem. I became tolerant to them within 6 months at the very outside, probably a lot less. Wasn't getting the relief. They then tried me on one called buprenorphine, which was the same. I think I had about 3 months on them, maybe 6 months, because they were burning my arm as well.
That's a long time.
And then they put me on fentanyl patches. Now, I was never told how addictive they were. I ended up on them about 9 year, 8, 9, maybe 10 year. And it's just horrendous. Horrendous. You become the stronger it gets, the more tolerant you become. And I just ended up, I were on, if it had gone any stronger, it had been into dying cancer patient strengths. Right. And I'd have had to give my driving license up, everything. I had to do something about it.
Well done you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. And no doubt, you have the odd tough day, don't you?
It makes you a stronger person at the end of the day, because you're becoming, you not invincible, but you think you're invincible. So you can cope with things better.
Okay.
I mean, we were just spaced. I thought I were okay on them at the time. I was tolerant to them, but I thought I was so spaced out. It were unbelievable. When I stopped taking them, it was like waking up when I'd finally come off them. And at the end of the day, they were given to me by pain management.
Yeah.
I won't buy them illicitly on the street to take because I were addicted to them. I was addicted because the doctors gave them to me. So yeah, I've never really put any massive major effort into it. I suppose if I'd long days doing note where I could get out and about easier and more often, I could do that, but it's just not my life at the moment.
Well, it works. It works well. They're very entertaining, but I think the content is very good, and it's and obviously you're in an area which a lot of us want to be in, but we don't have access to what you have access to. So it does work. Yeah, thanks. I'm fascinated with the police.
Sorry?
I'm fascinated with a lot of the the services, the poor police. They're just getting themselves into. They're going around in circles with a PCS.
They just don't learn. They just don't learn at all. Instead of causing friction and bother and aggro, take a step back and learn from it and handle it different, and people will be different, and there'll be no need for any of this. None of it.
Yeah.
If they acted right in their heads and within the law and treated people with respect, there'd be no need for it. It just won't happen. It wouldn't be needed. Mm. You wouldn't need your Mighty Blackberries, your Live Freeze, your Reggie Photos, all the bigger auditors, and AB, etc. They just wouldn't be needed. They'd have to do something else. But because there's such egos, such lack of trust, and that's the problem.
Yeah, because I saw one the other day with one of the audit ones where they had a couple of young lads, and I mean really young police lads. And I normally like the highway boys because obviously used to travel a lot, and they were fantastic. But I saw a couple of these lads in a big BMW pulling over this guy, and then there was a 4x4 turned up as well, and they just didn't know what they were talking about. And his exact words were, "Well, we can stop you, and we don't have to give you a reason." And you're thinking, what have you just said? There's where's the accountability? Where's the maturity?
They've just created a problem where there wasn't one. They've just created a problem where there wasn't one. That's all they've done by doing that.
I think you're right. Yeah, in fact, I know you're right.
My lack of trust in the police started a lot of years ago when the Hillsborough disaster happened.
Oh my God! Really? Yes.
The police. I mean, right down to Duckenfield, who was an inexperienced match day commander, and right through to the top brass order, and everybody had changed the notebooks, make the statements the same, the way they treated the dead people, just dumping them in an empty room, not even covering them up. Every aspect about it that the police were involved with, they bollocksed it. And I just lost. I mean, I lost somebody I knew in Hillsborough, so it made it just that bit more raw.
Of course it would do.
And I lost all trust in police after that.
Right. I read so much in the. I know this sounds a bit crass. Forgive me, but I remember reading so much about Hillsborough in the Private Eye and all the.
It was unbelievable. The way the police handled it was disgusting.
And they still got the pensions, didn't they?
Still what?
They still got their pensions. The bloody.
Yeah. Ducken failed. All of a sudden, his memory deteriorated. All of a sudden, you know, the man that was responsible for it all, who lied about opening the gates up to let everybody in, saying he didn't say that, and lying, saying all the supporters were causing problems when they weren't. They just threw them in. They were no different to the bloody commanders or commandants or what they were in bloody concentration camps where they just shipped them in. They opened the gates and shipped them in, and that caused everything. I mean, I remember watching it on telly, and it was absolutely horrendous.
It was a shock.
I was 16 when that happened, and I just remember. I mean, I don't watch football, but it came up as a news flash, and unbelievable, it really was.
Yeah, very sad.
So that just suffered any sort of respect or trust or anything like that I had in the place. So
they had something similar, albeit on a very small scale, last night at Wembley. They'd employed a whole load of youngsters, pretty much like that Manchester bombing, where the guys weren't trained, and the police went off for a cup of tea, and they left these young lads to look after it. And before you know it, you had another, I think, 30 to 50 people that tried to break into the European Cup last night. You could see
it's in the footage.
Only on a small, but pretty much similar. You know, there's somebody in charge of that. Ain't done their job.
It's quite refreshing to see all the footballers that are paid to get in sorting it out, though, wasn't it? All the stewards went, and it were the supporters that kicked them all out and give them all right pay to get in, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think you'd miss that.
I only briefly watched it because lad had it on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, rugby league, that's my cross to bear.
I'm going to crack on with an appointment. Lovely touching base with you,
sir.
If you could keep up the tremendous work, I not only find it very entertaining, but supremely
thanks for joining us. Thanks for jumping on.
Really grateful to you. And let's
Thank
hope
you.
We can have some contact. I wish you well, sir. Your continued success. Take care.
Yeah, thank you very much. And like I said, if there's out you want covering, just put it in the comments. And
I will indeed. Good
afternoon. Sound job.
Happy life.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for jumping on. I'll just have 5 minutes now before I pick up Grantham. That was Andrew. I hope James, you all right, pal? I think Andrew's been watching my channel for quite a while. I remember his name popping up in the comments. So nice to see put faces to names. Catch you later, Jamie Lee Media. I didn't see you sneak off there. Oh, 12. We've got 12 people in. I think I'm breaking records now. I don't know if you can hear that rain. I'll pick Grandson up in a minute, and I like dodging that rain. Can't be doing with it. Mint anybody? Stripey mint? So what's everybody else been up to? Somebody talk to me. Yeah, you're right there, Nathan, about the Sun newspaper. I've never bought it since. They were just plaguing everybody as pickpockets, and all Liverpool fans were pickpocketing out dead people. What the bollocks? Nowhere. Yeah, seemed all right, Nathan. So are you well hungover then, are you? You and your lad sink a few last night? Ah, they're for me as well, Zoo Scott. They're for me as well. Grandad gets the humbugs. Grandson sometimes get an odd one if they're lucky. Right, I think I'll wrap that up. 30-minute live video. I've been trying to get on last few nights. I've been trying to do one for a couple of hours, but every time I wanted to go on, there was somebody else, one at bigger channels, and it seemed pretty pointless, really. 12 bottles of Amstel, and I let him have a wicked. But he was made up, wasn't he? Yeah, well, there's always World Cup next year, isn't there, Raja? Right, folks, I'll get off. I'll go pick the young one up. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for calling in. I know we're only half an hour, but I might try and get on again one night. Catch you later on, monkeys. Big Hood. See you later, Nathan, Clint, Zeus Scott, Raja. Who else is on? Andrew, we were on. James. Clint, we said Clint. Nathan, yeah. All right, monkeys, catch you soon. Like, comment, subscribe. Laters.